Greetings, subscribers and supporters. It's day-oyabunmi. Welcome to another episode of Messages from Ori, where I channel spiritual guidance from the collective consciousness for the collective consciousness. Today, I'm channeling messages about destiny and just looking into our alignment with destiny. I'll be finding out what the signs are when we are in alignment with destiny, how that shows up for us, what the signs are when we aren't in alignment, how that shows up for us, and then I'll be choosing some cards that show what's destined for us, for the collective at this time. If you would like a personal reading on this topic, I will be adding that to my website. So go on over to daydreamalston.com or click the link in the description box. Also, if you're interested in an Ifa reading, a personal tarot reading of any kind, if you are interested in Ifa Orisha related online courses, ebooks, or my Patreon, that's where you can find that information, daydreamalston.com. A link is in the description. Okay, so let's get started, guys. Let's get started. So for this spread, this is a spread that I created, and I gotta tell y'all, I did this spread for myself earlier, and it was so accurate that I felt there were like moments where I was like, oh my goodness. I felt like I was gonna cry because it pointed to a defense mechanism that I have. And that defense mechanism comes up when I'm not in alignment with destiny. So it was really important for me to get that reading. So if this resonates with you, I suggest you get a personal reading so we can look more into your situation specifically. But when I speak of destiny, I'm not speaking of like a destined career, right? Or something like that, or some type of work you're supposed to do. To me, destiny is a series of events and experiences that we're meant to have while we are incarnating on this planet. I see destiny as something that you can choose sometimes, and then other times, there are things that you can't. So, for instance, a choice in destiny is, say you work in an office and, it's a safe bet, and you maybe don't like the job, but you have like this passion for something else you want to do. But you're so stuck on the stability of the office job that you never go towards your passion. That's a missed opportunity, and in that case, you're actually saying no to that destined path, okay, by not trying it. So that's what I mean by having a choice. And then there are other things, in your destiny, who you're born to, the parents you're born to, the environment you're born into, some of the things that happen when you're a child, and even as you're growing up. Those are some things that you can't change, that you don't have a choice on. So when I speak of destiny, know that I'm speaking of events and experiences, okay? So first, let's look at some of the signs that we'll notice when we're not in alignment with our destinies, okay? So what are the signs people will notice when they're not in alignment with destiny? Things will feel completely out of whack and out of balance. Like you'll just feel like things are completely off. You may feel like life is unfair. Things are unfair around you. You may feel like you're being taken advantage of, or feel like you're being controlled in some way. But there's just this sense of imbalance, just feeling out of whack, okay? Let's see what else comes up when you're not in alignment with destiny. There's also a sense of confusion. So we have the Justice card and now the Seven of Cups. There's just a sense of confusion, a sense of things being off kilter, not really being sure of which way to go. So if you find that you're normally a very clear-headed person, right, with a lot of discernment, and you make good choices, but there are other times where you just don't know which way to go, right? And you just feel so overwhelmed by the choices in your life, or you feel a lack of choice. That is going to come up during those times when you're not in alignment with destiny. I also see that sometimes you may feel like your life is unfair, like some of the things that has happened to you in life, like why you might feel like a victim sometimes. You might start having issues with money. More money may be going out than coming in. And this is the second time I'm seeing the scales of balance. You may just feel, like I said, off kilter, like an imbalance. Like you'll probably know, like, okay, I'm going in the wrong direction. You might see more money going out than coming in. You may need to get on some type of social services, something about receiving some type of financial help. Like you'll feel an imbalance in your finances for sure. For some of you. Some of you will feel like a lack of passion, or you'll have too much passion, right? Directed in different areas and won't know which way to go. What are some other signs that not in alignment with one's destiny? You'll feel a sense of bondage with the devil coming out. You'll feel stuck in situations, and you might actually feel an entity or presence around you. That doesn't necessarily mean there's another presence around you. This could be just you feeling the weight of not being in alignment, especially if you have a strong soul, a strong Ori. It's going to kind of nudge you a lot. And it might feel like you're being tormented, but honestly, you could be being tormented by your own soul because it wants to get you back on track. But you, like I said, you'll feel like you're bound, being controlled, not able to move the way you would like. And some of you are going to get really into your own head and start to feel really bad. For some of you, your work, there's a couple of different messages. Your work will be affected. So some of you will not be working as well as you would normally. For others of you, you are focused so much on work. Like that's what you do when you're out of alignment. Like you just focus so much on work and you don't make any time for enjoyment. Some of you, I see that your head will be in the clouds. Like your head will just be stuck in the clouds. Like you won't pay attention to what's going on around you. There's something about being oblivious. But money comes up here. So money will definitely be affected. Your creativity and creative expression might be affected. You might feel like, go into like a hermit mode, staying inside all the time, not exploring new things, like, just getting stuck, feeling stuck. You'll start to have low self-esteem, and even control issues. So that could be where I'm seeing that those scales too of justice. Like you might start to have control issues because something in you knows like, okay, I'm not okay with the way things are. So let me try to control things as much as I can. And for some of you, you'll lose your ability to set intentions. You know how you can typically, if you're in a good place, you can set intentions and really follow through. When you're not in alignment, that will be more difficult. Okay. So now let's look at signs that you are in alignment. What happens when you are in alignment? What happens when you are in alignment? What are the signs when you are in alignment? There's this sense of abundance around you. Like you'll feel comfortable, confident, and abundance, and abundant. I say that because the Empress is here. You'll really be tapped into your creative energy. You'll be able to create easily. You'll have like this youthful and playful way about you. Your thinking won't be so stagnant or bogged down. Your thinking will be more free-flowing, youthful, and open. And I see you being more open to the challenges of life. You know, you're not defensive, but you're prepared for whatever comes your way. When you're in alignment with destiny, I see you really thinking about expansion, looking out onto the world, making plans, right? Making plans for travel. I see you being confident, believing in yourself, and very balanced. Oh, and you're making visions and plans with the Two of Wands here. You're making plans for the future. And you're excited about it. And you believe that what you envision can happen in your life. With the oracle cards here, the big picture, and both of these cards, the earth factors very strongly. So I see that you feel like you can conquer the world. You're on top of the world when you're in alignment. So when you're feeling like this, know that these are signs that you're in alignment with destiny. You feel protected and supported by spirit, whereas when you're not in alignment, you may feel abandoned. When you are in alignment, you get these messages, yes, with the High Priestess on the bottom of the deck and illumination here from the Oracle. It's like you're tapped in and tuned into the messages from your guides, from higher consciousness, and you're confident that you're receiving their support. It's the complete opposite with the Devil card showing up for signs that you're not in alignment, right? Like this one, when you're in alignment, there's this sense of freedom, confidence, well-being, and belief in the world, belief in spirit. Whereas, it's the other way around when you're not in alignment. So these are just some clues, right? Some ways that you'll know. You'll be able to face confusion and hardship with a good, like just with more optimism, right? And with a better, higher outlook. And when you're in alignment, you'll notice that you feel like you're lucky. You'll feel like oh, I'm having really good luck, but it's not luck. It's just you being in alignment. And we have the Four of Wands on the bottom of the deck, which indicates happy union, happy family or relation. So know that when you're in alignment, you're open. You're open to relationship. You're open to love. There's a lightness about your relationships, but also a firm foundation. Now we're going to look at what's destined for you at this time. And what I want you to know about this particular question, right? There are times in our lives where we are destined to experience hardship, sadness, despondence, and that's just what it is, or some not very good things, some things that don't feel good. So I just need you to know that. So what's destined for you guys out there at this time? Let's see what comes up. Okay, so there are some of you, this is not for everybody, right? Because it's general. If you're interested in finding out what this is for you specifically, check out my website for the Destiny Tarot reading. So some of you are coming out of a period of fight, of struggle, and you're being encouraged to embrace the energy of peace. Some of you are going to have to be the bigger person, or going to have to turn the other cheek. You're really going to have to embrace the energy of the peacemaker. You'll know who you are. Some of you are restoring balance, and that's what you're destined to do at this time. You know, things, maybe the pandemic threw you off your game, and now you're finding a way to bring yourself back into balance. Some of you, this is your time to really create plans for the future and set your intentions, and then focus on bringing those intentions into being, right? Like, it's something about creation. Some of you are kind of getting back in alignment with your plans and goals. Maybe they were stopped or blocked, but now they're coming back. Right now is your time to focus on that. With the Stargazer card that says set your sights higher, some of you are destined to take things to a new level at this time. You're playing too small, and you'll know who you are. If you're playing too small, it's time to step it up. Get out there and show your face. Go higher, go bigger. For some of you, you're destined to be engaged, to be married, to be in union, to come together. Some of you are destined to buy a home at this time. I see building, two people coming together, building a home. I see other people just purchasing a home. Doesn't have to be with other people, but there's something about putting money into a solid foundation. And what else is destined for those listening at this time? Definitely love. Some of you are going to have healing in a relationship, so it's time to heal a very important relationship. Some of you are going to be meeting the love of your life, and that is what you're destined for at this time. And then there will be engagement in the future. Some of you are meant to play, lighten up, have some fun at this time. Really tap into your inner child. Some of you are really meant to just tap into your inner child and play. Some of you are being encouraged to explore new avenues of making money. It is time. It is time to thrive, they're telling me. Yeah, it's time to thrive. Some of you are destined to receive money. If someone owes you money, if there's back money, some of you will be receiving it. And we're going to stop there because I can just keep going. Thank you so much for listening. Please, if you're interested in getting a personal destiny reading, check out my website or the description box, okay? I'll talk to you in the next episode. Bye.